Yo, what's good everyone? Thank you for tuning in to today's video. As you can tell by the title and the thumbnail, we are finally getting around to taking a look at the recent collaboration between Patta and Nike for the Air Max 1 Monarch. Now, if you did catch my October review, I did say that this shoe would be a lot of hassle to get, but fortunately enough for me, Sneakers actually handed me that dub, and I'm honestly really excited to even be sat here right now doing this review. I do apologise that I am running a little bit late actually doing this video. Unfortunately, life happens when you have kids. Things start to happen that delay things, so unfortunately I am running a little bit behind doing this video, so apologies for that. But with all that said, just before we go ahead and actually dive into the video itself, I want to give a massive shout out to any of my returning subscribers. If you are new around here, please feel free to smash that subscribe button. Also, if you could give us a big thumbs up, which is always truly appreciated. And if you do want to reach out to me outside of YouTube, you will be able to find me on Instagram under ACS Sneakers. And now we've got all those formalities out of the way, sit back, relax, and let's go ahead and get straight into the video. So first things first, just like we always do, let's just take a quick look at the shoebox. Now, it seems like every single person that actually got these, regardless of where you got them from, got the exact same box. There was a little bit of a rumor from somewhere, I have no idea where it came from, that said that certain people were going to get special boxes and some people weren't. I have no idea what happened on that. It seems like everybody that I've seen that's grabbed these shoes has the exact same box, which I'm very happy for as a box collector. But the box itself is absolutely fire to me. It has a lot of slogans and a lot of references to Patta as a brand, which I personally wasn't familiar with until I started to do a little bit of research. So the box is actually jam-packed full of slogans. So on this side it reads, Patta got love for all, as you should be able to see on the front of the box. Also on the front of the box we do have that Nike branding, Patta, and then on this side it says get, and on this side familiar. Has some reference to Patta as a brand. Like I say, not exactly sure why, but just something I read online. Now on this side of the box we have more Patta referencing again with the, I think it's Lobby Liber, or what does it say? Lobby Libby. No idea what that means either. And then on this side of the box we have the Team Patta branding. Hopefully that's actually focusing for you. Now, if we do just go ahead and actually take a quick look at the label, which reads Nike Air Max 1 /P, which I assume just stands for Patta, and that's in the metallic silver Monarch colorway. Now, this is a UK size 9, as it is a personal pair, I'm very happy to say. Hopefully, you will be able to see the size label. And then if we do just actually open up the box again, on the inside of the box, we do have this pretty nice tissue paper with, I believe, is that the Patta branding or something relating to Patta? If you know the answer to that, do make sure to leave me a comment in the comment section. And then inside the box as well, we do also get that little handy bracelet inside. So I'll just quickly pop this down so we can have a quick look. So here we have it. Inside the box, we do have that little Patta jewelry bag. Now, we'll actually try and throw up some up-close shots of what's inside, just so you're not actually having to see it on camera now. But on the inside of this Patta bag, we do have the Patta bracelet. Now, this does feature the Nike swoosh, also features the Patta branding, and unfortunately, I was never really that good at geography at school, so I'm not exactly sure what this flag is or, which country it represents. I always love whenever they add things like this into the packaging. Adds that special element, makes it feel a little bit more like selective. Even though everybody got this, I'm glad to say that everybody did get this. I can't see why anybody would sell it on StockX without the bracelet, unless they want to keep the bracelet but not the shoes, which would be a little bit weird. But either which way, the box itself, I think they did an incredible job with. These little details I absolutely love once again. But with everything said and done, we've taken a look at the bracelet, we've taken a look at the box. If we now just go ahead and get straight into the shoes. So without any further ado, in hand we have the Patta Air Max 1 Monarch. Get a good look at it. I genuinely am super glad to actually have this shoe in my collection. If you did see my October review, I said in that video that this shoe was going to be incredibly hard to get, and I do think I was right on that. I've seen pictures from Amsterdam where there was just thousands of people in the streets. I saw a lot of people did actually take L's on this. I see a lot of people actually did manage to cop as well, which I thought was really great, that they didn't actually limit this to the exact extent like I expected it to. But whether or not it was a limited size run or it was a limited stock release, this was still a relatively hard shoe to get. I was sat in the office when I actually entered for this shoe, and to be honest, I even entered a couple of minutes after the draw started, which I thought was just going to be an instant L. Fortunately enough for me, Sneakers finally gave me that, got them as soon as I got it. I'm sat there at my desk, I'm trying to be composed, it's 8 o'clock in the morning, nobody else has woke up around me, so I had to really hold it in. I had to, you know, do a little bit of a cheer and a little bit of a dance at my desk. It's definitely something that I did not expect to get by any stretch of the imagination. But with all that waffling said and done, let's just go ahead and get stuck into this review. Finally! So to begin with, on the base, we do actually have this really interesting all mesh material. And to me, it kind of reminds me of chainmail. I don't know why. I think it has a lot to do with the color and the fact that within the mesh materials, there is actually like a silver glimmery look to it. To me, looks a lot like chainmail. You can see it right the way throughout the rest of the shoe as well. Kind of gives the shoe that medieval vibe. I'm not sure if that was an inspiration or if this is just what I'm taking away from the shoe. But for me, really nice detail. But as we then just work our way around the toe box through the mudguard, we do have this really stark burnt orange coloured nubuck material. And this has been done in this really interesting wave-like design. Now on the lateral side, you can also see that within this wave design, we do also have this white stitched in Nike swoosh, which I personally thought was a really nice touch. In the midfoot, we then have these really nice pure platinum coloured suede panels. And this has then been paired alongside more of that really nice burnt orange coloured nubuck, just like what we saw on the mudguard. In the centre of the shoe, we then have more hits of pure platinum, just like we see on these suede panels. And to be honest, although I kind of like the laces on this shoe, I am glad to say that you do get an additional set of laces as well. I do think I am going to change them out for this one. I do think they look a lot better, and I think it adds that more vintage look to the shoe. Really is up to you how you decide to wear your own shoes, whether or not you just keep them factory laced or you want to mix it up. For the most part, I tend not to change the laces on my shoes because it's a little bit too much hassle. But for this shoe, because of how much I like it and because of how much I like this look, I definitely feel like that is going to be the way to go for me. But then the laces themselves do actually sit atop this really nice, almost pre-aged fabric tongue. As we then just continue to work our way up the laces to the top of the tongue itself, we then have that orange Patta and Air Max branding in the centre. And as we then just work our way onto the interior of the shoe, once again, we have that really nice, almost pre-aged like sock liner. I'm not sure if it's necessarily sale or if it's just like pre-aged, but to me, I really like how it looks. I'm glad it's not just your standard white because of how dirty it's going to be. This is probably going to still show dirt just as easily, so I would recommend just wearing crispy white socks every time you pull these out of the box. And then just continuing even further inside the shoe, we then have more Patta branding on the insole as well. From there, if we then just work our way back onto the outside of the shoe, now around the ankle collar, we then have more of that really nice, I'm going to call it chainmail mesh around the ankle collar, and then swinging over to the heel of the shoe, once again we have that combination of that burnt orange nubuck alongside that pure platinum suede with that really nice Nike Air branding on the heel. We then just work our way down to the bottom portion of the shoe itself. Now as you will be able to see, we have that absolutely beautiful vintage midsole along with that exposed air unit towards the heel. For me, one of my favourite things about the shoe, I'm not even going to lie, this is just, it looks amazing. It adds that really nice vintage element to the shoe. You know, Patta wanted to bring in the new wave, but also add some recognition to the OG. And I genuinely believe that contrast from the waves to the midsole just works absolutely incredible. Maybe I'm adding too much to it. Maybe I'm looking too much into it. But the midsole on this shoe absolutely makes this shoe for me. And then from there, if we do the switch over to the outsole, we have that classic Air Max 1 outsole done in a beautiful mix of colours, ranging from maroon through to orange, and also some tan hits just underneath the forefoot as well. Now, in terms of like the overall sizing for this shoe, like I touched on at the start of the video, I just went true to size with a natural true to size fit of a UK size 9. Whenever it comes to Air Maxes, in general, I'm pretty much the same size right the way throughout, from Air Max 1s, 90s, 95s. Never really sees me wrong, so if you are looking for any sizing suggestions, I'd highly suggest just going with your natural true to size fit, and I do think that that will be the best outcome for you. And other than that, I think we've just about covered everything that's worth covering on this shoe, so if we now just go ahead and wrap up this video. So just to wrap up this video, in terms of my overall opinion on the shoe itself, to give these a rating, I'm going to say that these are easily a 10 out of 10. Now, I don't give out that rating very often, and it isn't something that I even expected to do for this shoe, but the quality of the materials, the build of the shoe, the story behind the shoe, and everything about it, I absolutely love. I think Patta have nailed it. I think Nike have nailed it. I think together, they've created something incredible, and this is definitely making it into my top 10 release for this year. This is definitely going to be a personal shoe for me as well. I can't let it go. I'm really excited for the blue colorway that's scheduled to come out, I believe, in November. That is definitely a shoe that I'm hoping to add to my personal collection. To be honest, I'm just glad to have this one. I think this one looks a lot better, and I'm really excited to actually get this shoe on feet and just really enjoy wearing it. But I'd love to get your guys' opinion on it as well, so do feel free to leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. Always love to hear from you guys, and if you have stuck around to this point in the video, I do want to say a massive thank you. If you haven't already, please feel free to smash that subscribe button. Also, do make sure the bell notification is switched on so you never miss a video, and I hope to see you all again in the next one.